Hi folks, I'm Stephen Crone. Thanks for joining me again for the watercolour demonstration. This is Glen Coe up in the Scottish Highlands that I've had a go at today. You'll see the reference photograph. Patrons will be able to see that over on Patreon below the video post on there. So let me show you the colours I've used before I go any further. So for this one I've used ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna and light red, and most of it done with a large on-round 10-8 brush, and then I got a couple of little riggers, a 0 and a number 3. Quick plug of the latest book, Watercolour Landscapes, Reference Paintings for Students. I've called this one. Just jam-packed full of paintings for you to refer to if you want to have a go at. A few little words of wisdom I've put on each one, just little thoughts that were going through my head as I painted each one. So that's on Amazon, $14.99, free delivery in the UK anyway. Right then, let's get started with just some clear water. And then I'm going to slap the sky in. So start with a bit of raw sienna alizarin. I'm going to introduce a bit of ultramarine to that, a bit of alizarin ultramarine. Just go down there like that, up there. A bit of Payne's grey in there as well. Oh, a bit of light red as well. Just whack it all in. Went a little bit dry there for a sec, so I'm just going to give it a quick spray. There's a bit of water down there, so I just want to reflect some of these sky colours in, just try to create this sort of light effect. And it's dry as well. Comes in handy, that spray. So easy to overdo it and you get all the paint coming down, but it's all part of the excitement. Let's just whack a bit of red in there. The Payne's grey, ultramarine on this side. I'm going to start thinking about where these big mountains are going to go. So we're going to start off, horizon line is going to be, let's bring it somewhere down here, I think. I don't want to be too high. Another mountain up there. And I'm just wondering whether just scrape a little bit of detail into it. Something like that. Not too much, but now there's a bit of shadow I can see on this next one now, so I'm putting in this a little bit darker. Just dipping the tips of the hairs in the water just to bring all the hairs together. I'm coming down something like this now on this one, this next layer. A little pointy bit at the top. Now let's put this section in as well. I think this is pretty dark as well, so I'm just going to brush this in quite dark. Let's get some dark colour on there, a bit of blue, a bit of red, a bit of Payne's grey. And then I'm going quite steeper now. I'm just sort of wiggling it out a little bit. Let's go up there like that. In fact, this should be a bit higher as well, actually. Let's just darken that a bit better. Let's clean the brush. Just want to go into a little bit of green there. A raw cyan and a little bit of green. This goes a little bit lighter now on this side. There's a little bit of. I tell you what I should have done. Pull down the reflections from the mountains into the water. I don't know. I'll do that in a minute. This is a little bit lighter as well. Well, I'll tell you what, paper stretched a little bit, so I'm just going to pull it in, just unclip it, get it flat against these. I'm just debating now whether to wet it, and I think it's just a bit too tight. A bit tight for my liking. I should have pulled some of this reflection down at the time when I was doing it. So it's this lighter colour. Get that green in. Same on this side. What is this? That is damp. I was going to go with the sky again, but I might actually. It's tempting. In that reflection, look, there's a lot of land around there. In fact, I might put that in. I might dry it first before I put that in. It's flat. Right, now there's a bit of land. Have a good look. I'll put the reference photo on my Patreon page to be able to see what I've been working from. I'll put those reflections in there, but there's actually land across there. It's too wet, this brush. I just want it a bit dry, this brush. I'm just going to squeeze the water out. Try it again. Land coming out. It's quite a way across, something like that. Ultramarine in there. Dip the very tips of the hairs into the water just to bring everything together. this land, it's coming down, something like that. I'll put some fence posts on here in a minute. Now, I want to just define where the land is on that side as well. Just where the I've done that too high. So this actually it joins up right in there, something like that. Trying to get a good look at it. Something like that. I mean, there's just the odd bit of little tree in there, so I'm just going to put a bit of Payne's grey on there as well. And just little dips. These are just tiny little trees and things that are going on in the distance. So it's such a, it's quite dark, the photo. I'm having to really sort of strain to look at it. A few dark sections in there, I think. Just darken that a little bit. Just a little bit, just loosen it all up a little bit. Back to a slightly lighter colour. Just get to a bit of raw sienna. Just mix a little bit of that in there as well. Let's just push that over from the side. I might actually use the rigger brush actually, just to put in these distant trees. I've just made them too big with that height brush. That's the trouble with the hake, you can get a bit carried away with it. So I just want just little things going on here and there. hint of little things. Few lines down here as well, I think. Smudge him in if that's too much. And I've also got a few fence posts. Some fence posts here. These, I've already done this a bit dark, so it's not going to show terribly well. It's like a little gate along here somewhere. I don't know what that's actually for. And then just use a bit of artistic license and just continue those posts. I'm going to cast some shadows. I just want a dark mix on here. Imagine the light's come down there. I'm just going to cast some shadows along there. Then a quick dry. Don't leave the rigger brush in the water so the ends bend. And I think there's not one in the photo, but I'm going to put a little yacht, I think. Whenever I've got water, I like to have like a little boat in the distance. It'll act as the focal point on it as well. I'll just put it about there. Only small. Just dab it with a tissue. And all I'm doing is creating like a little triangular shape. And then just a hint of a reflection underneath. I think that'll do for that. Some little birds in the sky there, and I'm just going to finish that off with my name in the corner. Stick it over here. Right, let's stick a mount on that now and see what it looks like. So here's the finished painting in the frame. So if we go and have a closer look. Starting up in the sky area, bit of a mix really, got a bit of raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, all mixed up in there. And then just used the same colours predominantly to start putting the distant mount. This one's leaning towards blue, because blue helps push things back into the distance. And then you can see here, but I've just put a little bit of scraping just to give a little bit of texture to that mountain as it makes its way down into the valley. Then the next layer to the left is in shadow, so I'll put that in a lot darker. In shadow, just like this right hand side mountain as it soars from the water right up into the heavens. These bits by the water's edge, I thought they were too tight, I wanted to loosen up, so a couple of times I sprayed it with the mister, the water mister, just to loosen it up a little bit, then dried it and then just put a little bit of detail in with the rigger brush, a few little darks here and there. Same on the other side, and then I can never resist just putting in a little boat. It's not in the reference photograph, but can't resist putting it in there, and then coming down into the foreground area. Again, I see the benefits of re-wetting it. Just loosens the paint up, and then little shadows in the foreground. Fence posts always give a great chance just to cast a few shadows and help enhance that light that's coming from behind the mountains there in the distance. And then find little birds up in the sky there. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks so much for watching and for support. If you want to join me over at patreon.com/Stephen Cronin, you'll see the reference photograph that I was using from alongside the video and an image of the painting in the post over there. So as always, thanks for watching. Keep practicing. If you've got any questions, please ask, and I'll see you again soon.